Hello and welcome to the North Crowd TV show.
Coming up today, we talk to an American dance group bringing their international style to Teesside.
And we take a look at some of the weirdest concoctions for Parmo lovers. But first up today, a local project manager in the arts has played a huge part in assisting the opening of Mima's permanent jewellery gallery.
Chloe Lawrence opened the first gallery last year, and with more than 200 items on display, it's been a very positive experience.
And she's here with us now. Thanks for talking to us, Chloe.
Thank you for having me.
So, in your role of Mima, you've probably come across a lot of things during the course of your work. What's the most expensive thing you've probably had to make an exhibit for?
Well, I think the most expensive piece currently valued in our jewellery collection is a bracelet by Giovanni Corvaia. It's made of gold and it looks like spider's webs, and it sits in a geometric shape around your wrist. I have an image of it if you'd like to see. It's just this one here.
Oh, that's beautiful, isn't it?
I like that.
The bracelet unfolds by a pin and the web kind of expands outwards and then goes around your wrist. And at the last time that we had the collection valued, that was the most expensive piece in the collection. We built a very special stand for it in the jewellery gallery under a bell jar, so you can see every angle.
Oh, right.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Very nice.
What's your favourite piece?
Oh, I have so many favourites. I think probably at the moment my favourite piece is a concrete and glass necklace by Kepa Carmona. He was really inspired by the glass and concrete topped terraced house walls in Manchester, and he made the piece for an exhibition there in 2005. It's a very big collar with glass bottles sticking out the bottom, and it's based on Ophelia in Hamlet, and it's kind of the story of her madness, and he's quite interested in the walls being a method to keep people out but also a method to keep people in. And it also references the weight that dragged her into the water in the end.
Oh,
so
wow.
it's nice to have them layers
It's nice
to
to have
talk to people about.
A bit of backstory with the
Yeah.
things, isn't it?
That's amazing. It's amazing to think there's that much of a story behind a piece of jewellery, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Some of the pieces have fabulous stories behind them, and some of them are very self-explanatory as well. There are lots of necklaces in the collection that are precious materials, platinum, gold, and they're very, you know, they are what they are. They're beautiful pieces of jewellery, but then you come across other artists who you can't tell it's a piece of jewellery, you don't know what it's made of, you don't know how heavy it's going to be, and that's, for me, that's the interesting part.
Brilliant.
Have you ever heard of people come to like an exhibit and bring an entirely different meaning to something, like against what it should be or what the art's intended?
Yeah, I love that. Actually, we work with a group called Mini Mima, who are 0 to 4-year-olds, and they are the most beautiful group to work with. And they're just so inquisitive, and they want to know what it feels like, what it tastes like, what it smells like. And that, to me, is just as interesting as what its backstory is and how the artist came to come to this kind of concept. So it's just as nice walking around with a group of you know, mature students as it is crawling around the floors with a group of 2.5-year-olds.
Now, you're saying you've worked with like mature people and you've worked with younger children. What is there available for students who want to kind of like get involved with jewellery or art in general?
Well, of course, come in and visit us whenever you want, and we can talk to you about all the different things that we could work on together. But a big project that I'm working on at the moment is the jewellery conference that's due to take place at Teesside University in May, on the 29th of May this year. We're bringing in 12 international jewellers who are going to talk about their practice, talk about the history of jewellery, how it's got to where it is today, talk about the unique stories behind their own work, which will be fascinating, and it's a free conference for everyone to attend, but we are aiming it at students, and that'll be a great way in. Anyone who's got any interest in jewellery at all, it doesn't have to be a contemporary art sense of jewellery, any type of jewellery. Anyone whose art's interested, I think would find it quite interesting. And
sounds great, Chloe. I think that's all from us, but That was really good to have you on the show.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Pleasure working with
Yeah,
you.
it was amazing. And hopefully we'll see you around very soon. And obviously we'll come to Mima's Jewellery Gallery.
Great. Thank you.
That was great, thank you. Now the North East has grown significantly in its range of theatre and dance shows by bringing in many different acts globally.
And the Alessandra Catherine Dance Group, originally from LA, has found local acclaim after performing at Middlesbrough's Empire.
They're here to talk to us over Skype link now. Thank you very much for talking to us today.
Hi, how are you doing?
Hi, hiya. We heard that you performed at Empire the other night. How was that?
Oh, it was a very wonderful experience. I felt, the space was very nice, and we got a lot of great feedback for our work. So we were my group was very happy to come up to Middlesbrough. And yeah, it was a fantastic experience. Just so much, also a lot of great work being presented, and I feel like I learned a lot. So, yeah, I'm not quite sure. I would love to be able to come back up to the Northeast because I feel like there's a lot of great dance and a lot of great art that's happening in the area. So it's very impressive.
Oh, amazing. Is there anything specific that you saw that you were particularly impressed with on the scene?
Well, I mean, unfortunately, I didn't get to see the rest of the pieces. I only got to see the last piece, which I believe was a solo. But I just think that the ideas that people are coming up with, like I know Nathan, who was his choreography, working with magic and this idea of the kind of the twist or the turn in movies and whatnot. And I just think that a lot of the ideas that are coming out are just very creative and not things that I would normally think about. And I think in particular, I was very impressed with how everything was conducted. The Q&A afterwards, the post-its, the idea of the post-its was a very fabulous idea. And again, the venue was lovely. So.
Amazing.
So you're talking about creativity there. Can you take us through some of the inspirations for your particular style?
So my work is it's kind of based on as I said in the Q&A, my grandfather had passed away last year, and it was to say the least, it was a little bit of a traumatic experience for me, but it made me kind of question or realize, we all are going to move on after passing away. So what is it that we really leave behind after we move on? And because I think what is left behind is the journey that we go through and the people that we touch in our lives. And I really want to make a work in commemoration to that, in commemoration to my grandfather's generation who went through things like World War II, the Great Depression, and they just saw so much change. And it's almost another world for my generation. And how do I preserve the stories? And those are questions I asked during the work. That's the inspiration came from.
So, as performers, do you find that when you're performing, it's better that a person knows what you're trying to get across, or is it better to let them make their own interpretations?
That is a great question. I actually think that it is important. I think it's better to actually let other people take what they will from a piece. Obviously, when a choreographer starts making a work, they have an idea or they have something that they wish to convey to their audiences. But I feel like if you try to stuff something down somebody's throat or, try to give your message off way too dramatically or push it onto somebody, people are less likely to listen. And so I think that it is very important to keep work a little bit more open-ended and room for interpretation because and let people take what they will from the work, because I think that's a lot more meaningful to each individual audience member versus, like I said, trying to push your own opinions onto somebody else. So.
Of the routines you've obviously performed or created, what's the most physically intense one you've had to do?
Out of my choreography, my work,
yes.
Abstract and Connect is a piece that I presented at Resolutions 2015 at the Place in January. And I would say by far that is a very physical cardio athletic piece. I think most of my dancers were like on the floor dying after some of those sections of those work. But yeah, it's definitely the most physical, strenuous work because it is a lot of getting into the floor, going out of the floor, a lot of switching partners and knowing where your weight is consistently. So, and it's very fast paced. So by far, that was definitely the most strenuous work.
Do you have any specific routines that, you know, how you can prepare for big dances and big performances? Like any little rituals that you do?
Well, I think it's very different depending on what time of the day we're getting started. So if it's right before a performance or if we're going to get ready, it's better not to tire out, I think, as a performer. So I usually like to start, you know, doing some breathing exercises with the dancers and maybe in trying to, you know, find grounding into the floor and really think about this head-tail connection, energy going in and out through the body. So a little bit more Tai Chi based concepts with my work. But if we're, you know, warming up earlier in the day and we're just wanting to stay warm, I would challenge my dancers, like, you know, we should do some cardio, some circuit training, and you know, running around to really get the heart beating and try to stay warm throughout the day. So, like, it just depends on the time of the day and what time we are about to perform. So, yeah, thank you again. And I really appreciate your thoughtful questions. They're fantastic.
Oh, so, no problem. Okay, no problem. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay,
bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right, bye.
So we're here at the George in Stockton. We're going to try some wacky and tasty palmos. Bit scared, bit nervous, but I'm sure it's going to be amazing.
We're cooking about 100 palmos per week. It's always fresh chicken, and we use mixed cheese because it gives it the extra taste. And this here that you can see here is homemade bechamel sauce. We make that from fresh each day, and we have a secret ingredient that we apply within the sauce.
And how do you feel about all these, all the different kinds of palmos you make? Like, what's your favourite?
My favourite would have to be the pulled pork parmesan, because I like barbecue sauce, but a lot of people lately have been ordering the Rolo Parmesan and the White House Parmesan. They're our newest ones. We got a really big publicity for the Rolo Parmo, and we got rated 5-star for that, so it's probably one of the best that you could try. And then our manager Craig came up with the dessert Parmesan, and that went ahead and a lot of people started ordering that, so we decided to put it on the menu.
So my role today is to be the guinea pig and try the palmos out. I don't know which one looks the best, but look at all the shots.
Go. So cut into it. Where's the mic, Alan? Yeah, alright, cheers. You get my reaction, yeah?
Right, here we go.
Yeah, you ready, yeah?
Ice cream, cheese,
ice cream,
chicken.
Eat.
It's actually not that bad. It's actually alright.
Okay, well I'm guinea pig number 2, and I'm going to try the Rolo and the ice cream, that one now then, so here goes. Well, I'll get a little bit of a melted chocolate on the side here as well. You know what? It's actually really nice. But it's got like a sweet taste to it. It's like chicken with sweetness. It could be like lemon chicken or something actually.
So this is a bit of an American concoction of the palmo, hot dog, onion, ketchup, cheese. Solid 4. Solid 4. No room for improvement. Tomato sauce really a bit.
It really was a great experience, and thanks to Craig and the team at the George for helping us with those. Now, because that went so well, I thought we could try something foodie in the studio, so we brought Jamie in for a taste test. Hello, Jamie. How are you?
Not good. Not good.
Right, well...
I can't believe I've been roped into this, to be honest, Adam. But thanks very much for asking.
Someone's got to do it. Right, so basically what we have is we have a starter consisting of nachos, just plain nachos.
Yeah.
Then we move on to the main course, which contains of little cocktail sausages and turkey pieces.
Right.
And finally, we've got dessert, which is some Galaxy, which I'm sure you will love, and some gummy sweets.
Yeah, maybe not with a chili. I have heard that this hot sauce is from Pixie's Diner, so thank you to them for providing that. But I have also heard it's absolutely lethal, so I'm not looking forward to this at all.
Well, we'll find out how lethal it is.
Right. Here goes nothing. Right, I'm going to have a sniff of it. Oh my God.
First impressions?
Strong. Mexican-y. Okay, shall we start with the nachos?
Start with the nachos and see how it goes.
Right, how much should I put on it?
Decent scoop, I would say.
No, not that much.
Go on then.
Okay. Is that all right for you?
I'm
Okay.
fine with that, yeah. Well, anything?
Not bad.
Not bad. Fair
A
enough.
little bit of a tingling on my tongue.
Well, it's only the start.
Quite crunchy. It's starting to burn a bit. Yeah.
Well, if you're happy with that, you can move on.
Right, okay. Which one should I go for first? I'll go for both of them.
Yeah, well, go for both of them, but start with the turkey. Start with the white.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'll be brave. I'll dip this right in. Okay. Oh God.
You are brave if you're eating that full slice. Something tells me that was a mistake, Jamie. Oh dear. Can you speak?
It's quite hot.
That is the general gist.
It's a little bit funkier than the starter. Turkey's, I think because the turkey's quite moist, I think the hot sauce is kind of like evaporated into the meat.
Fair enough.
Quite... Okay, round 3, yeah?
Yeah, round 3, cocktail sausage.
Do I win anything if I do all of this, by the way?
If you survive it, you should count yourself lucky, I suppose.
Okay, cheers.
Better, worse, same?
A little bit easier going. I think the turkey's the worst one so far.
All right. So turkey and hot sauce don't really go together. And
No,
do you want to move on to the?
Yeah, go for it. Should I go for the chocolate or the Haribo's first?
Go for the Haribo first.
My tongue's on fire.
It's only going to get worse.
Okay. Haribo's, yeah?
Yeah.
Right. So I do have to pick up a jelly and a jelly bar and a jelly man, yeah?
Might as well make a sandwich.
So this is getting into the weed and the dirty. Oh my God. What was that?
Not a good idea? No? Regret it already, yeah? Better or worse than turkey? Yeah?
It went down my throat a bit. It's quite, it doesn't taste nice. It's not a good idea.
Fair enough.
But I have heard the chilli and chocolate do go very well together, so hopefully with the final one.
You best hope they do.
Oh God, I'm stuck in my...
Come on, last one.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No? Guess it doesn't go as
No.
well as you thought.
No, mouth's on fire. Oh God.
Well, you'll be pleased to know you have actually finished it, so you don't have to try anything else.
Has anyone got any water?
I'm sure if you went out there, they'd probably give you some.
Are you going to try a bit?
Not on your life.
You're quite sure not even a turkey?
I'm pretty certain. None of what you appear to have gone through. Not a chance.
That's great.
Well, you take a moment to relax and I'll close this thing out.
Fantastic.
All right, so that's all we've got time for today. Join us on Friday when we'll be...
So a special political show.
Yeah, that's all for today. Join us on Friday for our special political show with Jamie, if he
survives the night. Thank you to all our guests, and see you then. Good night. Goodbye. Goodbye.